Hi friends, I am back and I potentially had my best day ever at the Goodwill retail. And the best thing about it was I only spent about 30 minutes just shopping the new racks. So as you guys know, my name is Maria and I am a part-time reseller, mostly selling on eBay and Poshmark. And if you're like me, you have some Goodwill retail stores that you like better than others, and the one I stopped at is my favorite. So it's not the closest one to me, it's not one of the closest few to me, so anytime I'm over in that part of town, I try to make a point to stop by. My kids know that it's my favorite one and they are pretty good sports about it. They were with me on this trip and my daughter just puts my son in the shopping cart and then they kind of stay around me and just kind of look. My daughter pulls things off the rack to try to show me, and every once in a while she finds a gem. So they did a really good job for this trip with me. But as you can see from this picture, there was all yellow tags. So every single one of the items, except for one, which I will show you, was brand new on the new racks. And this store does a really good job about stocking new racks. It's in a nicer part of town, so I think they get really good donations. And I honestly don't really even mess with the rest of the store. Normally there's nice new fresh racks. Those are definitely the ones you want to check first if you go to a store at any thrift store, because those are the items that are going to be the freshest. People haven't picked through them. There might be some gems in there. They're not going to be discounted normally, but my Goodwill retail stores don't offer any sort of discounts or color tag days anyway. So there's no really incentive for me to look for different colors that have been there longer because they're going to be the same price anyway. So I found 24 items plus one for myself plus one that was a bad buy, and I'm going to show you that and we can all just laugh in my insanity of what I missed. Also, at the bottom of the stack have two really good finds, and I did not even realize how good of finds they were until last night when I was typing these into my inventory. So stick around for those, you're gonna want to see it. Also, before I get going, are you subscribed? Come join the fun, click the like button. Okay, let's get started. I have a few really quick kids items. They always have that, like, or baby items, I should say, like the bin of just baby clothes. And I think the baby clothes were $1.99. I also did have a 20% off coupon because I made a donation that day. So by making donation, I got a 20% off coupon. So at the end of the video, I'll tell you my total cost of goods for everything. All right, first I do like selling Janie and Jack. These are little Janie and Jack board shorts. They're like kids 3 to 6 months, so itty bitty baby. And I found, I don't remember which one first, one of these, and then I happened to see another print, and then I'm digging through looking for more. So I found one pair of Janie and Jack little swim trunks, 2 pairs of Janie and Jack little swim trunks, 3 pairs of Janie and Jack little swim trunks. So I am going to sell them individually. I think I'm going to list them between like $20 and $25. They're all in fantastic condition. I mean, kids like this can't even like move yet, so it's not like they're making big messes or anything. So they were $2 each plus that 20% off coupon. And then I also found this little sleep sack, and this is a Bolo brand, especially a kids brand, Kate Quinn. I have not found it before, so I'm going to see how it does. I think I'm still only listing this for like $20, $21. However, if you can find it super cheap or you have some of it yourself, that you got for your kids or that you were gifted, it might be worth selling it on your own rather than taking it to like a kids consignment like Once Upon a Child. I do pick through some of my kids' clothes and sell it myself, and I wanted to try out this brand because I've seen other people. So if I found it at the bins or something like that, I probably would grab it, and for less than $2 I decided to try it out. All right, a great brand to keep an eye out for is Nation Ltd. This is very basic. This is just it's kind of cream off-white. I'm not sure if that's coming out on camera, but a little kind of tank. It is a size small, so I'll probably wear it before I list it. But it is Pima cotton, I believe. It's in great condition, and I think even this I'm listing for like 30 or 35. I've sold a dress that sold really well really quickly. I have a hoodie listed for like 50 some dollars. So keep an eye out for Nation Ltd for sure. Everything in my haul here, except for I think one, which I'll tell you about, was tagged as just the normal kind of their standard prices. They do tag every single item, but like tops are $5.29 and dresses are $8.49. But then they'll just arbitrarily sometimes, like the Goodwill near me, if they see a Chico's tag, it's automatically $16. I don't know what's hanging in the back, that there's some sort of tier list, but if they see Chico's, it is $16. if it's a t-shirt. I guess they think Chico's is like gold. I do like Chico's, but I don't like Chico's for $16. All right, next is this brand new with tags Kindred Braverly Nursing Bra. I have heard Mogi Beth over on YouTube, go check her out if you have not, talk about that she likes Kindred Braverly both for herself and for resell, and it's got all these new tags, which is fantastic. So I think I'm listing this at $30. It's got their logoing right across there. And this was only $3 as just a bra price. This is so cute. I'm hoping to wear this myself. Obviously, I'll wear it with like a little bodysuit, but I'll give you like one guess, and you can probably already see the tag of who makes this. But this is Free People. It's got that standard metal tag on it. It's a, oh, I don't even know if you see it. There it is, size small. And obviously you need to wear something under it, but sheer has been very in. It's kind of fall looking, but from my research, there seems to be two colors of this, a red and a green, and the red seems to be much more saturated online. So I'm hoping that's a good thing, and this one will sell pretty well, but I just love the structure. It's very unique, I think. Kind of like Victorian, Edwardian. If you want to like button this up all the way and have the high neck, you could leave it more loose and boho. So many fun ways to style that. I think in one of the racks, they like were bringing more out as I was shopping, which is always fantastic because then I can just go right over there. And I think I hit one that was probably one person's donation, and this one person was about my size, which is fantastic. So that's where I found this, that's where I found this, and that is where I found this. Now, I probably wouldn't always pay $5.29 for this. This is the like classic Free People Brahmi if you're not familiar, but it's shimmery, it's glittery, it's in fantastic condition. I've sold it before where like this right here was like coming undone. I didn't realize that I got at the bins, but it was like pulling or tearing, you know how this elastic can do. It was still very well attached. I actually pulled on it to make sure if somebody wore it, it wasn't going to automatically break, and I couldn't break it. So it was sturdy but stretched, and it still sold for like, I don't remember, $18 or $20. So I'm probably going to list this at like $25 and hope that somebody is drawn to this color. But so Intimately Free People, this is an extra small. So another one I might be able to style and wear myself before I get it listed. Trying to see what else I think was from that same person. Okay, guys, this is a Quince top. Take a look at that brand. It's definitely one to keep an eye out for. You have probably seen this come across like your Instagram or Facebook ads. I'm not sure about TikTok because I'm not on TikTok and I don't know how they do ads, but they are marketed as like a more affordable luxury brand. So they have really nice materials, but they're supposed to be less expensive than other places, but they are still expensive. So I'm going to try this out and see if I can resell it. This is a washable silk blouse, beautiful color. I almost wore a blouse like exactly like this that was gold to work today, so I'll definitely be able to wear this to work first. I was able to look it up, find a stock photo, which is great, and I'm still planning on selling it. Listed for, I want to say like 45 or 55. And again, this would have been $5.29. All right, next we have a little Madewell piece. I do skip Madewell probably most of the time at my just normal Goodwill retail prices, but I really liked this. It was a size large, which usually is not quite as saturated on Poshmark. I liked the little tie front. These like vertical stripes are very in right now. They're very like nautical, cottagecore, coastal. So definitely start tagging your items as vertical striped. I'm seeing it all over Pinterest and, you know, influencer blogs, things like that. So this is just a nice size large Madewell striped blouse. All right, guys, let's talk about my mistake. I don't know how I missed something like this. I was just excited. I was in a rush. I did have the kids. I was finding all these things, put them in my cart. Forgive me. Let me show you what it is first. It's Peter Millar, which is great. It is women's. It is cut like women's. I wasn't sure because, you know, men can wear a nice lavender, but it is cut like women's, and the sizing is definitely women's. I tried it on myself. So this is a size medium, Peter Millar. It is 100% extra fine Italian merino wool, and I think honestly this little manufacturer tag barb threw me because I saw that and it appears to be in such great condition. It's not pilly, it's not stretched, it's not anything. I was like, oh, this might be new without tags. Problem. All right, let me see if I can even find it. I saw it last night, thankfully. I haven't photographed these yet. Okay guys, look at this giant stain. How do I miss something that big? But wait, there's more. There is also a giant hole. So right now I did my cost of goods without this. I'm counting that this is going to be a loss. What I'm going to try to do first is I'm going to attempt to stain treat. I don't think this is going to come out. If this magically comes out, then I'm probably going to stitch this. The way that the knit fabric is, that is repairable. It's going to be visible. I will absolutely have to note it, photograph it, put it in the description, and you're going to be able to see it. But I don't think it's a super deal breaker. So I think the deal breaker is going to be more of the stain. We will see. So right now I'm counting on this being a loss, but I'm going to put a little bit of effort just because it is Peter Millar. It's extra fine merino wool. It's a good transitional weather kind of item, even though it's summer now, isn't it? So I don't know, but it gets chilly. It's a great golf piece. We're going to attempt to rescue it. Stay tuned to my what sold videos if you want to see if I rescued that and was able to sell it. All right, next we have a Lulu's dress. $8.49 at Goodwill retail is quite a bit for Lulu's, so I will normally probably 95% of the time skip it unless it's new with tags, which would make me consider it. However, I just really loved this dress. I knew that I had 20% off that day, which was also great. It's like a mesh lace overlay, and at the bottom it goes into this trumpet style right here. It's absolutely beautiful. I really wish that had been my size and I had a reason to wear it. It's a size medium. I was able to find stock photos of it. There's a couple different colors of this. So I think I'm listing this for $45. So I decided that was going to be worth it for me. Okay, next was the one item that was marked up. This was marked up to $10 as opposed to the regular skirt price, which I think is like $4.99 or $5.49. And I got to check something off of my reseller bucket list. Kind of. It's like a half check. Because this is just Brooks Brothers. I do like Brooks Brothers, especially in the nicer materials. It says woven in Italy, which is a good sign, but here is the catch. And here is, I think, what I saw first. Dun, 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 dun. This is Loro Piana, which is a huge Bolo brand. If you do not know this, keep an eye out for this. It can be sold just by itself as its own label, which are the ones that will sell for hundreds of dollars. It is often sold as a collab with some other brand that is using its fabric. So this was Brooks Brothers labeled, sold in Brooks Brothers store using Loro Piana wool. It says made in Italy. I think it is this is actually a wool silk blend, and it's just a nice classic pencil career skirt. So there are people that have this Brooks Brothers one listed for like hundreds, but there's no sold for that because it's just a collab. So I'm probably listing this between like 40 and 50. I hope it will do well. Everyone needs a nice classic black skirt. Okay, next, I think this might have been the first thing I found, which kind of gave you an inkling that I was gonna have a good day. And it is just I guess it could be a cocktail dress. I think kind of like homecoming. Part of me is like, this is a little dated, and then part of me is like, no, it's kind of classic traditional, and then part of me is like, oh, it's kind of vintagey Y2K. So we're gonna see. My senior prom dress was this color. It's giving me those vibes, although mine was a full length. This is Badgley Mishka. It is Belle Badgley Mishka, and Badgley Mishka can do really well, or it can sit like forever. I've only sold a few things. I actually had a swimsuit that sold very well very quickly, but I've had like a leather jacket and some other things that took a while. So we're gonna see on this one, maybe into fall when we get to homecoming. I put cocktail dress, I put homecoming dress in my description. I forgot to say this, but I am gonna be processing and listing all of these quickly. I'm probably gonna photograph them later today. They're already typed in my inventory, so I'll be listing over the next week or so, hopefully before this video comes out. So they should already be listed, but if not, give me a shout down in the comments and I will try to prioritize something for you. Okay, I do have a couple men's items in this haul. This is an Outdoor Research. Take a look at that if you're not familiar. It's a great outdoorsy brand. They do men's, they do women's. Here's their tag. This is an extra large. I was able to find the specific stock name and stock photo of this, which was great. And I think it's still available on their main website. So it's always great on the secondhand market when it is still available and somebody can come over and find your item discounted. However, it's also great when things are sold out, when it's still on the website but sold out, so then they have to come to your listing. That's really the scenario we all want. Okay, next, if you cannot tell from this huge rise right here, these are the Levi's Wedgie Straight in a size 26. A tip, if you are not aware, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but I at some point learned this from somebody's videos that assumed everyone didn't know. So I'm going to share it, hoping that there's some of you that don't know either. You always want to look at this little tab. It's going to tell you all kinds of things. The silver tab is really great. Orange tab is great. Those are the vintage colors. But you also want to look at this little E. This is a big E. Levi's on this tab typically have a small E. So that big E indicates that this is being made as a Levi's premium. So if you see that big E, look for this in here, or if you see this, look for this out here. And you'll always want to put big E in your title. However, these are modern, okay? The ones you really, really, really want to look out for are big E vintage jeans. They won't have this premium. They kind of brought it back as like a throwback for their premium denim, which does sell for more. So it's really great finding the modern ones that are Levi's premium because they sell for more. I think I'm listing these at $65. They're in wonderful condition, but I have not yet found any of the vintage big E, and those are really, 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 really good. So hopefully one of us will find those somewhere along the line. Okay, I found an entire set of Figs scrubs. I like selling scrubs. I know some people are slowing down on them, but they've still done really well for me. You just need to understand that you're not going to have like $30, $40, $50 profit that they might have had a few years ago, maybe even before I was a reseller, but they sell quickly and they sell consistently. And I'm listing, I think, all of these for $35, and then the pants I'm listing for $40 or $45, only because of the sizing. So here's a pair of purple. These were their normal pants price, I think of like $6. And these are a medium tall, which I think is a great size and makes them a little bit more rare, not as saturated, which is why I'm listing them just, I think, like $5 more. Here is a top. This top is in a size medium. Then I also have a pair of, these are their graphite, which is their gray. So I did graphite gray color, medium, tall, and then a top in a size small, I believe. So when you're listing Figs, you can come down here to the material tag and there is a style number, which is always super easy. Like this top is a little different from this top. I was able to pull stock photos. I was able to pull description. I was able to pull the exact title to put it into my title. So those are all good things. I did selectively choose that I'm going to list each one of these items separately. There is probably a good thought process to listing them as a set. I have done that before. But I looked at my cost of goods for each individual item and decided I was going to be better off listing them separately. Honestly, if I had found them at the bins or at Dollar Day or something, I probably would have listed them as a set. The other thing was one of these is a small and one of these is a medium, which is a little bit tougher when you're selling them as a set. You can sell them that way. I have sold them that way. Just, you know, list it appropriately, describe it appropriately. But since I had a little bit more cost of goods, $5 or $6 on each of these, I am going to sell them separately. Okay, here is another men's item, and remember I said I had one item that was not the yellow tag new rack, and that is because these did not have a tag, but they did have a little pull. I already cut the tags off things, but they had a little purple pull tag. So normally Goodwill retail policy, at least in my area, is if it's not tagged, they won't sell it to you. They have to put it in the back. It has to go through their process, and then they put it out on the floor probably the next day. But it really depends on who your checkout person is. I usually just put it in the middle, and then when they come to it, they can't find a tag. They determine what they're going to do with it. Sometimes, like if I have a pair of pants and I have a pair of pants, they'll just ring me up they'll scan one tag twice. Sometimes they'll say, sorry, I can't sell this to you. This person did just charge me the base pants price, which was great. I was very thankful for that. These are a pair of Bonobos pants. These sell pretty consistently for me. They don't always sell super quick. But you know what? I think these are blue. I could not tell last night what these are, but these are now looking very blue. to me. I think I have them marked down as black or gray, but I haven't listed them yet, so I'll be able to make that change. But they looked like a heathered grayish blue. They're the straight. I was able to find a picture, and these are size 36 by 32. I think I'm listing those at $35. Here's another bucket list item I was able to check off. Anybody guess what these are? These are chubbies. So I have never found chubbies before. I like the print and the pattern. These are the 6-inch inseam little shorts, and they are a size, what size are they? They are a size small. There's the big tag on the inside there. These are in great condition. I think those were $5. This I absolutely love. I can't wait to wear this myself. This is Sparrow, which is an Anthropologie brand. I'm not sure if it's still an Anthropologie brand. I should probably look that up, but I know it was. And this is a 100% wool, little like sheath jumper dress. I love the pockets. It's super like academia. I don't know. I love the mustard yellow color. I think this could be styled absolutely adorably. Obviously, it would probably be better in fall just from the color, but it could be springy, right? I don't know if you want to wear a wool dress in summer though. Okay guys, we are down to my last 2 items, and these are my best 2 items. So I am pretty thrilled about that. Let's start with this. Look at this stunning sweater. The only reason I gave this a second look, well, 2 reasons. This just feels like quality. You can tell, right? We can tell by now. It is soft, it is heavy, it is durable, and the tag looked super nice. It's got the single tack at the 2 corners. It is 87% wool, 13% viscose, and it is made in Peru. So all of those things made me grab it. And once I got done grabbing everything, I obviously looked it up. I don't always look everything up on the spot because I'm trying to get through the rest of the new rack, and then I'll look it up later. But all I saw in the immediate while I was looking it up in the store was that it looked good, was that it was worth me picking up. I think it was $5.99 or $6.99. Then last night, when I started looking up this specific sweater with this retailed for like $300 and some dollars. I was shocked. And there are sold comps on Poshmark, like 3 or 4 of them for over $100. I saw $100 flat. I saw, I think, $155. I think I saw $133. So I am very excited about it. Plus, it's a small, so I can wear it. And even though it's summer, my office is the Antarctic. I don't understand modern day air conditioning. I'm sorry. I know there's people that are hot all the time, but for those of us that are cold all the time, I come home just like shivering, wanting to go stand outside. Okay, sorry. Rant over. I cannot wait to get this listed. I cannot wait to wear this to the office first because it's going to be so warm and cozy, but I am planning to list this for $175 and then see what happens. All right, so when I was typing in my inventory, I thought that was going to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best item. I think I have something even better. This is a men's bolo, if you are not aware. The tag does need to be stitched back down, but that is the easiest repair in the world to make. This is Suit Supply. I had seen this somewhere along the way from a YouTuber. I don't remember who, but I had never found it. And this is something I would probably easily just be like, oh, it's another suit brand. It's another suit brand. Honestly, I might have missed it. See, it's just got to be tacked right there. This side's nice and stable. But I grabbed it. I did verify that I was thinking of the right brand. I saw good, quick comps just for the brand in general. Threw it in my cart. And then last night, I was doing research. So this is a men's, I've got it kind of tied here so it's hard to see. Looked kind of like a safari jacket. On the inside, I saw this, Suit Supply, cotton linen, which is always a good sign if it's a linen blend. Put that in the title. I found this innovative Italian fabric, which is great. Then in the pocket, I found this big tag, which is where the size actually was. and it says this is the Sahara jacket and that it is olive green. So I looked up the Sahara jacket. The Sahara jacket retails for $399. And when I looked up on Poshmark, I couldn't find very many, which concerned me. I toggled to sold because that should always be your first kind of instinct, is to look at the sold comps. And then I saw a whole bunch, and I saw a whole bunch of really, really good ones in all the different types of colors. So I'm gonna get that tag tacked back down. That is super easy, and I am planning on listing this for $250. I think it'll sell between like $150 and $200, but you never know, maybe it'll sell higher than that. But yeah, I mean, if both of these could sell over for $100, I'd be happy. I also just realized that I must have taken the one item I got just to be my own and to live in my own closet. It was just a little Madewell t-shirt, like a plain white tee, perfectly soft, perfectly perfect. And it was listed at $2.99, which is like the just like t-shirt price. Although they don't mark very many women's shirts as t-shirts. They have this whole racks of men t-shirts, but most of them like this would probably be like $5.29. So I don't know, but I already took that upstairs and that was for me. So my entire haul at Goodwill that day was $120.47 after the 20% off coupon, which makes each one of my items just over $5 cost of goods, which I am thrilled with. Usually my cost of goods is higher at Goodwill retail because they have pretty expensive prices, but having that 20% off coupon really helped. I'm excited to get all these things listed because I think some of them should sell pretty well. They all were kind of higher end items. I was really trying to leave behind anything that I would categorize as bread and butter. I do have some bread and butter, like some of the Free People stuff or the Madewell, but for the most part, these are items that every single one of them really excited me. All right, guys, if you have stuck this far, tell me in the comments. I want to know, what is the best thing you have found recently at Goodwill? What did you pay for it? And has it sold yet? I would love to hear. I love hearing from you guys down in the comments. I am going to head out on a run because it is a beautiful day. I got off a little early from work today, and then I'm gonna go get my kids early, I think, and surprise them, so I'm excited for that. So again, don't forget to subscribe down below. I've got a bunch of videos coming. I think I will either have another What Sold video, or I also have a bins thrift with me with a very special guest coming. So keep an eye on my channel for that. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.